Catch a vibe with Big Hass, only on Pulse 95.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Catch a Vibe with me, Big Hass, a music dedicated show on Pulse 95 Radio. It airs every Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. Today is actually our second episode. It's Sunday, and it's an honor really to be here doing this. Like I said during the introduction of my show yesterday, Catch a Vibe is a safe space for artists to come and express themselves. I want to specify that. We talk about their journey, we talk about their struggle, we talk about their passion. Definitely they're going to sing a song or two. But the aim for this show is to really push the whole conversation and obviously have conversation with these artists and get to know them. Yesterday we had Syrian singer, songwriter, composer Ghalia, and today, man oh man, what can I say about this artist? Well, he goes by NotSoHuman. He there's a lot of human in him. He impacted me from the first time I listened to him and I saw him on social media, which was just amazing. I love the human in him. I love the fact that he's a go-getter. I love the fact that he never shies away from his culture, and he actually embraces that beautifully, and this is something we need more of. I'm talking about the one, the only, Abdullah Al Shamsi, NotSoHuman. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Yo. Let me say, this intro track is fire, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm vibing, yeah.
You're going to rap on this, Abdullah.
Honestly, one day, yeah, for sure. Let me say, it is a pleasure of mine. It's been so long, and man, like how far I've come, and to look back at this moment, seeing you at some point behind this mic, and now I'm here,
we're both evolved.
Totally surreal.
We're
really,
both evolved.
Really,
thank you for coming through.
Absolutely.
Abdullah, I think the first question is, look, seriously, what was about music did you get in touch with music, or music got in touch with you? Like, how did that story begin with Abdullah Shamsi?
I feel like Abdullah Shamsi was born with that music in him. You know, like it was already inside of me. I just needed to let it out. I just needed to find the right moment or have this right encounter to set it up. You got
stories with the family telling you you're young and singing, for example.
Yeah. They tell me, like, I've had stories where I was like just randomly walking around singing songs. Like sometimes like I'll be just singing melodies that I hear on a day. Sometimes I sing one of the classical songs that my mom and dad hear, and it's like all was just a hobby, just something personal that I used to do. And then later I grew up, and at some point I remember like singing one of my favorite new pop songs and all the trending songs that were out, and one of my friends just came up and they were like, yo man, I think you sound really good. And then from that day, you know, I was like, okay, you know, I'll believe this one person and maybe give it a chance, because I was still like very shy.
Who was that person?
Man, I don't remember. It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Oh,
it was a guy like my neighborhood, and he just came out of nowhere and was like, you know, like, I think you can do it. And honestly, I think one of the names I would remember is Mansour Mherbi. If you're listening to this, man, shout out for real.
Shout out to Mansour.
This dude was one of the first real ones out there, and he encouraged me, and he believed in me.
Abdullah, was it always in English? Like, did you get like singing mainly in English?
Yeah, I mean, it was like a bit of a balance of two in the early stages, but I think English was the one that resonated with me the most, because I learned the skills, or my ears were used to like the skills of the English scale. And the Arabic scale was so interesting to me though. Like every time I heard the Arabic scale, I can feel like I somewhat can belong there as well. It's just right now I'm kind of experimenting. So far right now I'm kind of like I'm focusing on the English side, so I can represent myself globally, hopefully, and represent where I'm coming from. And obviously this is still the beginning. There's so many ideas I want to do with like my culture and where I come from.
But see, we're just like 2 minutes right now, and I see the passion. People who follow you on social media follow you under NotSoHuman.
Yeah.
Tell me about the story about NotSoHuman.
Wow, yeah, everyone asks me that question. That's such because like NotSoHuman. What is NotSoHuman? What does it mean? Well, it started before. It started as like an insignificance. So it's like feeling different or feeling like I kind of don't fit in a way.
Alien.
Yeah, Alien. When I was like a kid, I used to do a lot of things that a lot of kids didn't really understood, and like just a few kids understood. So we were like with a weird group in a way, you know. And Mansour was part of that group.
Oh man, bless.
And that weirdness was not a negative at all.
Yes.
That was just like being unique. That's what it meant. It meant to be significant. So that it started off as an insignificance, and then it started as a significance.
Wow.
They became a significant. And now the meaning of Not So Human has evolved with me. And the word now means that you're just special. You're different. You're out of this place, out of this world. So that's what it kind of comes from.
You have a lot of a very loyal following in a way that you capture. Do they tell you why do you call yourself you're not so human, and you are very human? Like
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so many times like people like they're so sweet. Like shout out to the superhumans. I call them the superhumans.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's how I reflect to them.
I was one time in an event with him, with Abdullah, and then there was these two ladies, and they came in, and he did call them superhumans, and they knew that, like, you know.
Yeah, it was so wholesome. I loved it. I loved every bit of it because like it resonates to me. Like I feel like that's what the meaning of Not So Human is that it's that uniqueness that makes you super, that makes you powerful because you're different, and that difference makes you the only and makes you superhuman.
You don't think you'll ever change that name?
No, I don't think so.
Like on social.
I think it's stuck.
Khalas.
It's
Because the Weeknd just said that he might change.
Oh yeah, it was surprising.
He's going back to Abel.
Apparently, like surprising. I mean, it all depends. Really depends on what I feel. But I feel like this resonates to me a lot, and I feel like it will represent myself globally because that name really is an ear catcher.
It is.
Yeah.
Mashallah alaik. Speaking about ear catcher and globally, you mainly wear the thobe when you're performing. Right? Like you wear the kandura.
Yeah.
Now, knowing that you sing in English, what sort of reaction do you get from people, especially when you start singing? Because there's always been, like, for me, it's amazing. You're presenting you. This is who you are. You're Emirati. This is, what we wear. And you're rocking it. You just happen to be singing in English. What's the reaction that people give you when they hear you sing?
Oh my God. Like, where do I start?
Yeah,
There's
go.
like so many like skills of like people from like Europe that like they just like they look at me and I feel like the first thing they expect is I'm about to hit them with like the most Arabic Khaliji soulful song I could ever think of, and then I start singing, "You Are My Fire," and then they go wild. They go wild. They're like, "I know this song. What's going on?" And it's like it's always like such a positive reaction, and nothing feels better than going on stage and giving people false expectations and then hitting them with something completely different.
I love that.
It is a brand that I hold on to. It is who I am, and I will never ever change that. It's always going to be me.
It seems like you don't get tired of that reaction though. Like
at all. I love it so much. No, seriously, like cause like it's something I would probably react to as well. If I saw someone like that would pull up in like a thobe or like would look very humble, will pull up with like this really kind of like bubbly personality and then suddenly has like such a powerful impact within their music. That's exactly how I'd react.
So I come from Saudi Arabia and
Yep.
you're from the UAE. One question I keep getting is like, bro, your English is so good.
Alhamdulillah.
How did you get that, even the energy and the vibe, the accent, all these things, you speak it so beautifully.
I appreciate that a lot. I mean,
Was it for me? It was hip hop and basketball, for example.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
That's how I learned.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of basketball. I actually was like a very huge basketball enthusiast. But the main place I learned English was from movies and shows and TV shows and YouTube and being open to different cultures. Today I had to like talk about a topic about like being mixed and being from different places, and that made me more open-minded to like accept and take in different cultures and people from different places, and that allowed me to like understand so many different Arabic accents, so many different English accents.
Facts.
And I think I blended in very well. It started off a little bit rocky because I was all over the place, but then I slowly understood the difference and like when to speak Arabic, when to speak English, and I started focusing on like my weak points in both.
Wow.
And now, alhamdulillah, I have like this really nice balance.
Wow. That's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Catch Your Vibe. I'm with Abdullah Shamsi. We're going to take a short break right now. Actually, I want to play a record by SZA. You're a fan of SZA?
Ooh,
SZA
yeah.
and Justin Timberlake, the other side. I'm going to be right back. We're going to ask him about the challenges. He's going to sing for us, hopefully. We're going to talk about why does he choose English mainly. Incredible guy, seriously. Not So Human, Abdullah Shamsi on Catch a Vibe. Keep it locked. We will be right back.
Catch a Vibe with Big Hass. Only on Pulse. Pulse 95.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Catch a Vibe with me, Big House, right here on Pulse 95 Radio, Sharjah's first and only English radio station. And Catch a Vibe is a music dedicated show on Pulse 95 Radio, and it's an honor really to delve into these artists, get to know them more, and give them a platform for them to express. With me today is Emirati singer, songwriter, sensation, I would say, Abdullah Shamsi.
Yup.
How you feeling, man?
I feel great, man.
I see the sunglasses are there.
Yep,
Which,
I
that's
had to
really
put
cool.
them on. I had to change a little bit of style, you know?
One of the things I love about you, Abdullah, is that you're always yourself, which is amazing. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a cheesy way. I say that you're yourself, and people love that personality.
Alhamdulillah.
What is Abdullah? Given the fact that we're talking about that later, but you haven't released an original song yet for you. You have, but you haven't released it. What does Abdullah want to express? What does Abdullah want to tell the world about Abdullah Shamsi, about the UAE? What do you want to say?
That we are an unstoppable force of nature, and we are coming. We are coming to take over. That's what we are. Me and the superhumans, we are out here. There's no stopping us.
It's been our time.
That's how it is. That's how it is. And I want to put Abu Dhabi, I want to put the UAE on the map. I think that's everyone's goal that comes from here locally. And that's what I want to do. That's why I'm really, really passionate about what I'm doing.
With that passion?
So, yeah.
With that passion? I mean, the world got to be careful.
I'm honestly, I hope they're ready.
Okay. We want to hear a little bit, if you don't mind, of you performing.
Ooh.
So there's a beautiful guitar.
Oh,
right
yeah.
there. This guitar has so many stickers. Do you know how many stickers is on that guitar?
Probably like 200 or 100. Probably.
Is this something that, like, are these events you've been to, or these are like characters I feel that you like? Or
yeah, these are like characters that I like, things that I find funny, and I just kind of stick around. I mean, I got like a pack of it, and then I start sticking them individually, and whatever like I liked and looked like cool and quirky in a way, I was like, oh, let me put it on the guitar. And then later on, every time I went to an event or went to a place, I started like sticking like something that could like remind me like a sticker.
Do you some sort of get reactions on the guitar as well? Like,
Yeah. It's also like a fun kind of like reaction, because it's like it catches them off guard.
Yeah.
You don't normally see a guitar with like a lot of stickers, like over 100 stickers.
Bulldog.
Just random stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Angry
like
Birds.
Minions.
All right. Abdullah, I'm going to put the music down, and we want to hear you sing.
Yeah.
But what are you going to sing for us right now?
I think I'd sing one of my favorites, one song that went a bit viral.
Oh, okay. Which is?
Crazy. I'll sing a short part. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do a small part, and then we'll see if there's more to come.
Of course. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Abdullah Shamsi right here on Catch a Vibe on Pulse 95 Radio. This is him performing, and check out the passion in this guy's voice. I mean, wow. Take it away, Abdullah.
I remember when I lost my mind. There's something so pleasant about that place. Even if emotions had an echo in so much space. Who do you think you are? Bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. Oh, my hero has a heart to live a life on a limb. And I can't remember to be like him.
Oh, wow.
that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Just like you. Just like you.
Woo! Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, right here, Abdullah Al Shamsi, Not So Human. Oh my God. Oh my God, yeah, Abdullah.
Did a little mix here and there with the song. Hope you liked it.
Abdullah, I gotta say, when you're really, see, this is what I love doing. What I do, you guys take me to your world, and when you're doing something like that, you're obviously taking a song that we all like and but you're doing it in your own flavor.
Yeah. Honestly.
How challenging is it for you to pick up the right song as well, the right cover, the right thing that you go? Is that a challenging or aspect of doing what you do, or no?
Honestly, it's just a feeling. It's straight up a feeling. If I feel like the song resonates to me in any way and I can relate to it, I take this song and express it the way I want to. I sometimes like even change the lyrics, sometimes change the order, sometimes because like I like to add my little touch to it.
Yes,
every
of course.
time. That's because like I feel like that's what reflects my artistry, and hopefully when I start like releasing originals, I'm not gonna also like stop releasing like covers. I know some covers that I have that are going to be so unique and different that I'm going to also work on and release. But at the same time, like it's always good to have that freedom when you're doing that originality. But it's like that also like that nice reaction. We've been talking a lot about reactions. That nice reaction when you hear that song that you're familiar with, but at the same time, it takes you to a different world because you sing it your own way.
100%. Okay, so far you haven't dropped obviously an original song. Actually, let's talk about it right now. What's the reason for that? I mean, you've gained a lot of popularity and a following from social media, whether it's on Instagram or TikTok or other social media platforms, and you've been amazing. I've seen people talk about
Thank you.
like it's just insane. That amazing. Next, I personally, as a big believer of our local and regional community, I want to hear also what Abdullah says, what Abdullah writes.
Absolutely.
And this is not to take anything from what you've done. Amazing. But, part of me want to hear Abdullah Al Shamsi.
No, absolutely. Right? You're in the right.
Yeah, amazing. So, first of all, my question is, why haven't you dropped anything till now? And second is, what do you have planned for us when it comes to your original music?
Well, because the reason why I haven't dropped anything yet, well, mainly because I like to take my time. This is the first song ever in my like artistry kind of career and exploration and kind of like journey. So I want to make sure that I feel completely comfortable and I feel ready to start and kick it off. Like I wanted to like make sure everything is planned properly and that I really wanted this to be something I'm satisfied with.
Not to
move on.
Good, not to cut you off, but don't procrastinate with that feeling.
Absolutely.
Meaning, and I say this with love because there's nothing perfect. Only Allah is perfect.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, it's like somehow I don't want to pressure you to drop, but I really want to hear.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, you're in the right. Like, thank God I took my time because I've also met what now is just like a new family, a team. They're called the Index Media Talent.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to Index Media Talent.
Yeah.
Honestly, they got me really dedicated to this, and they're the one that are helping me understand more about the music industry.
Amazing.
And now they're guiding me to like take this the right step and the right way. So honestly, they came at the most right time ever because they've really helped me answer a lot of questions, and this is another really main reason why I'm kind of like slowing down because I want to make sure I learn from them as much as possible and then work with them to get this, because the moment the song is released, this first single, it's gonna be coming more.
Do we know anything about it? We can't say names, of course. We can't.
But there's no names. But all I'm gonna say is it's gonna be a very lovey-dovey song.
Lovey-dovey.
It's gonna be a lovey-dovey song.
Written by you?
Written by me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So songwriting is something you're gonna take in as well.
Oh, I love songwriting and producing. Like,
okay.
kind of like writing and helping the producer. Definitely.
One last question about this original
No,
thing.
Absolutely.
Are we gonna see it this year or the next year? Well, no idea.
Oh
yet.
no, yeah, this year.
This year.
Actually, really, really soon.
Oh, real soon.
Yeah, real soon.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
okay.
Yep.
Anyway, that's incredible. I want to talk about challenges. Abdullah, what are the challenges you faced? Doing what you're doing so far till now, and if there's one challenge you can, take us through.
One challenge I'd say is, which is very strange, is the acceptance of my own talent and my own voice around my own community. People usually are scared of new things. It's a normal thing. So when I started singing with so much power and singing with so much passion to my own community, it was new and weird and different, especially representing myself with the kandor and everything.
Okay.
So sometimes things that are new and weird could come off the wrong way.
Correct.
And I think that's the biggest struggle I had, was that there was
How'd you deal with that?
a lot of hate with the love at the same time.
When you say hate, is it hate what you're doing or not understanding?
Oh no,
what you're
not
doing?
understanding. Of course, it was not understanding. It was so new. One of the biggest songs that made me blow up was "Talking to the Moon."
Yes.
And because a lot of people compare me to Bruno Mars, which is such an honor. But
it's like Bruno Mars حقنا.
Exactly. That's what they say in the comments. And that video was not just only put on one social media. It was taken by other people and other creators and other social media programs, and they started putting it everywhere.
Wow.
Saying look at the voice here, rate this voice from 1 to 10, all that stuff. And when I see the comments, it's like arguments, people saying what is he doing? Why is it like that? Why is his voice like this?
Abdullah, is it mainly because you're wearing the kandura, you're Emirati, and you're singing in English? Is that it? Or
I think that's part of it, honestly. I think that's part of it because it's something new. It's something they haven't really seen before.
Okay.
But honestly, again, I don't think it's actual hate. I think it's just a lack of understanding and knowing where my goal is. Because all they saw was just me singing and showing off my voice, and that's it. So people could assume a lot of things, and they could hear rumors. So, but what I loved so much, the way that the hate was kind of overshadowed was because of the love. The love was so much. My DMs were just piled with so much love that I couldn't even see the hate. The hate just slowly disappeared.
Yeah.
And then people slowly understood what NotSoHuman meant.
Wow.
And where Abdullah came, and it was beautiful.
I love that you said that. See, we all get through that. And subhanAllah, you know what's crazy is that we focus on the hate, although we're getting love.
Yep.
Because this is the mentality, right? But like you said, the love is overshadowing. Which is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Abdullah Shamsi with us. We're going to be right back. Lots of stuff to discuss, of course. He might sing maybe a song or two. We'll see how that goes. Catch a vibe right here on Pulse 95 Radio. We will be right back. Are you familiar with P. Diddy or Puff Daddy?
I think so, yeah.
I'll be playing right now. I'll Be Missing You, one of my favorite records for him. Keep it locked. Pulse 95.
Catch a vibe with Big Hass. Only on Pulse. Pulse 95.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Catch a vibe with me, Big Hass, a music dedicated show every Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. And I have with me Abdullah Shamsi, who's really vibing to the beat. He likes the beat. Look at that. Okay? You can see that. He's vibing to the beat, which is amazing. Abdullah, I got to ask you, it's a very straight up question. But what is it about singing that you truly love? Because anyone can see the passion when you're singing. But Inta, as Abdullah, why do you love it so much?
Wow, it's a straight up question, but it can go
It gets you
deep.
thinking, right?
Oh, it got me thinking. What really gets me into specifically into loving music? I think it's therapy. A lot of musicians see it's like a therapy kind of thing, where even sometimes I don't sing. And thank God, alhamdulillah, I taught myself how to play most instruments.
Yeah.
And I think that's so good because some days I'm sick or I'm tired or I feel like I want to express myself differently. So I just kind of let my body do the talking. I sit down and see where my mind goes, and I'm sitting on my piano, sitting on my guitar. I just kind of strum and play. Sometimes even if my voice was not really strong, I just kind of hum and see what I'm feeling.
Wow.
So to me, I think what really got me really loving music is that I think every artist would relate to me when I say this, is that it puts me in a bubble, and then I'm locked in. There's the state where every artist is in, is when the moment they start and they get into it, you can see it. The moment they close their eyes, and now it's like they're like this in this bubble,
Oof.
and now they feel like they're floating and
I
they're
mean,
in it.
Look,
That's
it was a
it.
deep question, but that's a deep answer, my
Yep,
brother.
Yep.
But that's really nice. Do you feel that feeling every single time you sing?
Yeah, every time. It's not like every time.
Yeah.
It's just the times that I'm into it. The time I get
Locked
really
in.
yeah. The time I'm like locked in. I am now in this case. I'm in this bubble, and I'm now focused. I am now trying to imagine where am I going with this song. So even when I'm writing, it's
Oh
pretty
my
beautiful.
God.
It's beautiful.
Oh my! Even when you're writing, see, this is why his story is amazing. This is a guy that kind of really got big on social media. People started, liking him, and then he started performing here and there around the UAE, and then people start following that. They see him perform, and then now, so he's like giving you this whole thing. I don't know. Look, we just met recently.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying your story is amazing
Oh,
to
thank
see
you
how.
so much.
And now you're about to drop the original music.
Oh,
So
came a long way.
yeah, that's amazing.
Came a long
What does live performances mean to Abdullah Shamsi? Because you have a very unique way of live performance. What does it mean to you?
It's just so much fun. It's so much fun to see the people that support me and love what I do right in front of my face. There's nothing better than seeing the superhumans gather up like one big family and come through. And it's also so nice to see people that don't know who I am and then coming wanting to know who I am, wanting to know more about my story. Why is your name not so human? Trying to give me like a quick interview, trying to see more about me, because it makes me see that they're very passionate
Yes.
about helping me,
You make them.
supporting me.
You make them. That's what I'm saying.
That-
I've seen people kind of automatically. We've recently have something with the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was there like hosting. I was like putting it together. And one of the I've seen a lot of people get engaged with how you are. 100% about the shocking factor. I seen that live. So I think you are incredible at what you do, and you have an amazing personality to fit all that.
Thank you. But like obviously, I think everyone will say the same. You were one of the biggest supporters
Oh, bless you, man.
to like the Arabic region and like helping us get that voice out and getting our sound out. So I really appreciate that.
Bless
And,
you.
On behalf of everyone, thank you so much.
Habibi, man, wallah, blessings. That's the least thing we can do. If you have a platform, please support. And anyone can. I want to take the opportunity to say it's not exclusive to some people. Anyone that has a platform can do it. Don't think that your platform is too small or too big.
Yep.
These artists appreciate it, right? You
Yep.
appreciate every single mention.
Absolutely.
You appreciate every single shout out.
Yep.
I got to speak about your family. What
Mm-hmm.
role does your family play in all of this?
Oh, obviously at first my mom was a little bit, all right, okay, I see, he sounds good, okay, all right, and
Yeah.
then she's
Bless
like, and then slowly, I started doing it like just personally.
Okay.
And then she was like, okay, you pulled up on my phone. Now this is different, this is,
That hit different for her.
oh, I pulled up on all my
it's
family members'
always like
phone.
that. On the WhatsApp group, it's done.
Oh my God! They put it on the family WhatsApp group. They were like, "Aboud, what's Abdullah doing here? What's going on?"
That's
like
interesting.
and I was like, it made me realize sometimes, working in silence and letting your work speak for itself is
Yeah.
the best thing you
No,
can do.
but that's like maybe it's a GCC thing or an Arabic thing. I don't know. When you pull up on your mom's phone, dad's phone, grandma's phone,
Yeah.
auntie's phone, khalas.
I think it's
like
an
you made
Arab.
it.
I think it's an Arab
It's
thing.
an Arab
like
thing.
like they're so supportive when they see you like on TV.
Yes.
Because it's such a huge thing for them. Like
Sah.
the concept of like being on TV, especially like back then. Obviously for my mom, like because technology hits so fast.
Yes.
For her, like TV is such a big deal. So like
Bless her.
obviously when I tell her about like the radio and the TV show, she's gonna really go crazy. She's gonna be like, they're on TV. You're on radio.
Bless her.
So I love
Their
her so
support
much.
is important.
Oh, my mom means the world to me.
Bless her.
She is one of my main supporters. Literally my queen, and she makes sure as long as I'm finishing my studies,
Yeah.
she's fine with everything.
Bless her.
Yeah, truly.
That's
truly.
amazing. What's her favorite cover?
What's her favorite cover?
Like,
I think the classics. Honestly, I did like a fun cover for her for Hawak.
what?
And yeah, just for her. Like I just did it. I think it's on my socials too,
Love
just
it.
for fun.
Can we hear that? Well, it's on
Yeah,
the
no, it's
spot.
fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's
Yeah?
okay. Like I was
a
like,
cappella kind of thing.
yeah, we could do an a cappella kind of
Yeah?
thing. It's
Let's
just
go. I'm putting him on the spot.
I
you
was
know?
like, oh yeah, you're putting him on the spot. It was just like she loved these songs so
Yes.
much, and I wanted to do something for her
Okay.
as like a thank you. So I wanted to sing her like one of her favorite classic songs. She also listens to Fairuz, but like Ahwak resonated to her a lot.
I love Ahwak.
Yeah, I remember I was singing in my room and she walked in. She was like, "Oh, I love this song." She walked in and just started singing with me, and for the first time, I felt like this really close connection with my mom, and I think that's where I get my voice. Now that I realize,
amazing.
she has a beautiful voice. She has a beautiful voice.
We want to hear a little bit of it. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. So it goes like,
okay.
It goes like.
It's on the spot, you guys.
Yeah, but we're just doing this right now. So it goes like, أهواك وأتمنى لو أنساك وأنسى روحي وياك وإن ضاعت يبقى فداك لو تنساني في لقاك وتريني بنسى جفاك واشتاق لعذابي معاك والأدموعي فكراك أرجع تاني في لقاك الدنيا تجيني معاك ورضاها يبقى رضاك وساعتها يهون في هواك طول حرماني.
Wow, yo, dude, that was you took me somewhere.
I'm scared though. Like Arabic is, I'm still learning like the Arabic.
Which was my next thing.
Yep.
Now you did that beautifully, and
Thank you.
obviously the connection with that, obviously, shout out to your mom.
Absolutely.
She inspired you for that.
Love
It
you,
makes you
Mom.
comfortable and in that connection. Enter now, and please understand, and I want to understand my question.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to force you, or I don't want anyone else to force you to do Arabic if you're not comfortable in it. Because I think if that happens, then it's going to be cheesy and it's not going to be right. If you're not okay with it.
Absolutely.
This is something I've learned throughout, because before it was like, yo, you're Arab, you got to sing Arabic. What are you talking about? And I found myself forcing these people and these artists to get into something they're not comfortable in. They're Arabs, but they're comfortable in rapping in English or singing in English.
Or just any other language.
I get it, but
Yeah.
that's something I should respect. Where do you stand in that? Because I see you dabbling and you see you a little bit comfortable.
Yeah.
Like right there. It's not like you're not comfortable in it.
Oh no, I'm starting to get comfortable.
Okay.
First of all, before I answer, I have so much respect for the language. I have so much respect for the just the art of Arabic.
القواعد
Oh,
نفسها.
it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful language. It's the language of the Quran, and I was raised in by the Quran, and I love the language so much. That's something I want to make clear. The Arabic was how I was taught.
What gives
how
you
I grew up.
pressure as well to do it right.
Exactly. So like every time when I want to sing Arabic, singing is different than talking. I could talk and understand. I could communicate with so many people from so many cultures.
Facts.
But when it comes to like singing, some people have like really specific ears.
Yeah.
They have such a specific tone. And,
Okay, qaf, you don't say it like
yeah,
that.
exactly. And those different accents and all that.
Of course.
So to me, about your question, the only reason I sing in English is because this was the first kind of start. That's just the beginning of my exploration, my journey. And I'm so early. I have so much to explore. When I research about my favorite artists, they've been doing this for years. I've only been doing this professionally around 2.5, 3 years now. So like, I have so much to learn and so much to explore, which makes me so excited. And the fact that I love Arabic so much, I'm actually learning it as we speak. I'm learning the skills. I'm learning to adapt that language, and I'm learning it in the most purest form when it comes to singing. Like it's like the purest.
You're actually taking that step to do that.
Yeah,
now.
I'm taking that step because I wanna be able to represent myself in that way as an artist as well, because it resonates to me and it resonates to my heart.
So it's not like you're not comfortable with it. You just want to do it right.
Exactly. That I'm such a perfectionist. If I don't sit down and sing Arabic and it doesn't feel the same impact as the English one, I can't. I have to perfect. I have to work every day until someday someone that sings Arabic hears it and tells me Allah. You know, the moment that they tell me that, I'll be like, okay, I did something right.
But see, that's such a pure energy I feel from you, and that's such respect. صراحة. Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
it's really amazing, and I'm sure you get a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah.
family members,
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
friends. Hey, Arabi,
أيوة.
you gotta do.
When I go to the Majlis, so we got the Oud, bro, تعال جلس معهد عباد جوهر and stuff, and I'm like, trust me, I'll get there. Just differently.
Yeah,
I don't like to choose like a certain accent.
I get it.
I'd like to do something purest form, just because it's beautiful. That purity, like العربي الفصيح,
أيوة.
has a different resonance
Facts.
to me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like my focus for the next step. So if you guys hear me sing, like add some Arabic elements, like maybe instrumentals,
Yeah.
I'll start probably with that, and then maybe like a little bit of like ad-libs in the background of me singing like these beautiful scales.
Man.
That to me.
Oh God. We're gonna take a short break. Talking about Bruno Mars up next. What's your favorite track for Bruno Mars? I want to play it right now.
Oh, I'd say. Right now. Oh my God.
Yeah. See, it's so tough.
You put me in the.
It's so tough. I get it.
Maybe. Oh my! You just. I think treasure.
Treasure. I like Treasure.
Yeah, it's a nice song.
Let's hear Treasure. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, on Catch a Vibe right here on Pulse 95 Radio. I'm here with Abdullah Shamsi, aka NotSoHuman, but he is very much human. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Catch a Vibe with Big Hass, only on Pulse 95.
Pulse 95 Radio, Catch a Vibe with me, Big Haas. It's our second episode, and man, oh man, it's just a huge honor really to do this. I'm gonna keep saying second, third, fourth, fifth. Inshallah, نوصل ل 100 episodes or 100 episodes, ya Rab. With me here is Emirati Singer, songwriter, composer, Abdullah Shamsi. How you feeling so far? Are you good?
Yo, I feel great. I feel amazing. Every segment is just. I feel like it keeps getting better and more connect. There's like a stronger connection.
Bless you, my brother. I feel definitely the same thing. What does this mean to you?
Ooh,
It didn't play.
ooh.
Okay.
Why did you do this to me?
Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now.
Oh my God.
Our song on the radio, but it don't sound the same.
Oh.
So we played Bruno Mars. And what is it about Bruno that you connect with, Abdullah? Why Bruno?
I don't know what to say. He was one of those like artists that resonated to me the most.
Why?
I have connected. I think because of his how like young he is when he started out.
Yes.
And I think mainly because of the vocals, the voice. A lot of people compare like the way I sing
Yes.
is very similar to him in a sense, and obviously I have my own tone,
Of course.
but like there's a lot of similarities, and he was the first person to encourage me to let my voice blow out, not just sing, but let it out.
I hope
Because
you
he
hear that,
sings-
Bruno. I
Oh,
hope you hear
honestly, one day, because there's a lot of power that he adds, and what makes me so impressed by him is how
Control.
controlled and also diverse he is with his music. Sometimes he hits you with this like really sad, emotional, and there's so much emotion, and then he makes you feel like a king and party around, and then
Yeah.
he makes you feel happy, and then he goes back to putting you in like love, and it's like
A journey.
wow, like a lot of people compared him to Michael Jackson at some point of his like energy and his vibe that was given off on all like the classics.
Correct.
So to me, that's kind of something I want to build up, this diversity that today I'm singing a lovey-dovey song that's fun and like very like kind of like family homemade kind of song, and then the next one is going to be so sad and so impactful, and that's kind of what really connected me to this artist.
I love what you said. Like, it's so real. Does it bother you that you get referred to as the Arab Bruno Mars? Is that something that bothers you at all?
No, at all. That
At
does
all.
not. That actually is a huge compliment. The artist is super well known. He is well respected, and honestly a great guy.
Okay.
I don't know why that be. And obviously one of the in my opinion, one of the most renowned vocal male
Facts.
artists in our generation right now.
Great. What you said is amazing. But devil's advocate here, a lot of people, when they start listening to your original music, could be inspired by Bruno, but once it's not,
It's not.
Great.
Yep.
So now here, there's another element of, we thought you were like that guy. And this is when people put you in a box And this was why the reason why I asked that question. Are you afraid of people putting you in that box? And this is why I'm excited for that single, for that original, because it's time. You cannot be that person that does these covers for a long period of time, because people will resonate with that. And the second you start doing your own songs, they're like, no, we prefer the cover.
Yeah.
Does that worry you?
I feel like that would be that's something I'm going to be expecting and dealing with, but at the same time, I feel like nowadays people are really interested in originals. I've noticed every time I sit down and tell them like
There's
I'm
a
gonna
story.
be singing a cover.
There's a story of the original.
Yeah. Now people are like we want to hear something new. We want to hear something from you. We want to hear what you have, and I think it's because of the change in the music industry.
Facts.
That we have these big artists, but what about these people that are around us? And I think because they know where I come from,
And the power is shifted as well. The powers of the people with the social media.
Absolutely,
They can definitely shout you out, push you.
absolutely. And when again you said it yourself, when you sing an original, it's your story.
Yes.
It's you. It's completely all you.
Don't get me wrong, you'll be inspired by somebody else, but it's your story. It's your writing.
Yeah. The song that I'm like that's gonna be released, it probably would be inspired by one song from Bruno Mars, but it's so like not Bruno. Like
Right.
even for him, it's not like him, you know.
Okay,
So it's
amazing.
like it's so fun.
Well, we can't wait. Can I ask you to grab that guitar again one more time?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. We're gonna see again. I leave it up to you. What is it the journey that you want to take us, through? A lot of people. What's the most requested song you get? Like a song that people always request this.
Honestly, it's either When I Was Your Man, yeah, Another Love, or Careless Whisper. Because these are
Yo, bro, I got that. The Careless Whisper always
Let's do
shocks
it.
me.
We could do it.
No, but it always shocks me because it's such an old record, right?
It is, yeah, and I love it. I love it so much.
But the young guys, they love it. Some of them don't know it. They're like,
Yeah, same. Like it's like you get this different reaction.
What's your favorite to do? You said you have a favorite to do like live.
Favorite one that I do live.
Yeah.
I mean, the one I guess it's like the most comfortable I do with the guitar.
Yeah.
But like the most fun one, honestly, is Careless Whisper.
Wow.
Honestly, it's one of the most fun songs I like doing.
Let's hear that.
I mean, yeah. If honestly, I don't really know how to play it on the guitar.
Okay.
So if you got it, we can do
The Careless Whisper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do it.
We can maybe pull it off from here. Let me see. We will do this live.
Guys, we're doing this. It's happening. You guys are about to get Careless Whisper. We're about to fall in love.
Should I give you the instrumental or which one? Saxophone or just the regular instrumental of it?
Just like the karaoke, the regular instrument.
The regular one. Okay. Let's see. I mean, there's different aspects of it, but let's see. We're doing this on the spot. So if he decided to do it, that'd be great. If not, we'll go with the guitar back.
Yeah.
again.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. Just catch a vibe on Pulse 95 Radio. Let's see. Does this work with
this is
you?
exciting. This is exciting. Yeah. So this is just the.
This is like the original.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah. Let's get the volume a little.
Oh, okay.
We're doing this. Oh.
No way.
Yeah. I feel so unsure.
Wow.
As I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor, as the music dies and in our mind, all the mind a silver screen and all is sad goodbyes. So I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm, though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. Should've known better than to cheat a friend.
Oh, wow.
And waste the chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you.
Oh man. Yo, I gotta say big love and respect, man. That what? Yo, that was look, I'm even out of words. 1 second. That was amazing.
Thank you.
That was really on the spot, something not prepared at all whatsoever.
We're doing it live.
And yeah, see, like you accept challenges, I guess. Like
I
this
love
is who
it.
you are. You're a go-getter.
Yep.
I keep saying you're a go-getter. You're
Hustler.
somebody. Yeah.
Hustler.
Man. I'm gonna let him breathe for a second, okay, and then we'll be right back, you guys. Catch a vibe on Pulse 95 Radio. Do not go anywhere. We're gonna be right back with Abdullah Al Shamsi.
Get it?
Catch a vibe with Big Hass. Only on Pulse 95.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Pulse 95 Radio. Catch a vibe. With me right here is Abdullah Shamsi. And if I lower the music down, you see that he's like one of the things I love about you is your passion, man. Seriously, I really love it. I'm inspired. You know, and Allah yahmeek da'am, and may God bless you and protect you, wallahi. Before we hear one more record from you, I wanna ask you, how important are your followers? I hate that word even. The fan base that you have, the superhumans that you have on social media.
Yeah.
How important are they in Abdullah Shamsi's life? Like, how important is that?
They're like I said, without them, NotSoHuman would have not continued. You know,
facts,
facts. That's it. That's the end of the line. Without the superhumans.
Do you find yourself sometimes, like, you know, it gets tough out there because we all go through it, and then you go on social media, whether it's live or you drop something and you get good feedback, and that rejuvenates you quickly?
Oh yeah, obviously there's like this dopamine, that rush that comes through when you see people talk to you. I actually do my best to resonate and speak to every superhuman out there.
Wow.
Anyone that reaches out to me, I do my best to come and reply to them.
Like you have a conversation.
I do. I make sure I do, because right now, alhamdulillah, I have the space to.
Yes.
Before it gets, I don't know, before it gets crowded. But honestly, I hope it never does. Honestly, I hope that if they need something, they could reach out to me and I could reach out to them and we could have a little conversation. And because I know there are people out there that I met through this music, and I've spoken to, and we have a close connection to, and they're direct supporters. Like, there are the number ones out there.
Amazing. What's a message you never forget that you received on social media? Something along the line that you help somebody, they were going through a tough time. A message that you always have it, even screenshot, like you screenshot this specific message that, you know, I'm going to keep this message because it meant a lot to me. I'm sure you get a lot of messages about, thank you for brightening up my day. It's amazing. You're very talented. I wish you have more followers and all that stuff. But is there a specific message, one in specific, that you keep or no?
Honestly, the one that I will never forget is when someone DM'd me and said, for someone that's like not so human, you're probably the most human I've ever felt.
Ooh.
And
that's heavy.
That was like that just made my day. And obviously there are people that have come and said that they've, like, the second one would be something like about like people that have saved, that were like in such a low place in their life, or they wanted to pursue music in such way, and they had a lot of obstacles, and then when they saw me as this example, they were like, now my family, my parents see you as such a positive example that they're pushing me to follow the example that you're giving. And I was like, oh my God, this is happening.
Full circle. Did you have that growing up? Did you look to was there like this artist that you grew up seeing, an Emirati with a kandura, singing in English, making it at that point? Did you have that? Because now younger guys than you have that in you.
Yeah.
Did you have that?
I honestly, back then, I didn't.
No. Yeah.
Back then, it was because I think we both would agree on like how there are artists, but they're so separate. We were so like, we're everywhere.
You had, of course, you know, like you had your...
Yeah, I met them later.
Abdullah,
exactly.
And then after...
Exactly.
I'm talking about even,
I
hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
To me, vocally, was Hussein Jasmi.
Hussein
Jasmi in terms of like, as an example of the UAE, as an Emirati artist, the positivity.
You ever met Hussein Jasmi?
No, but I really, really want to.
I think he's very much like a humble dude, from what I heard.
Oh my God, he is. And I've like a lot of like my friends that have met him told me he's such a like a down to earth person, and he's so fun to talk to.
I think he's gonna love you when he sees you.
Oh, I would love to talk to him, even though like I don't technically listen to all of his music.
Yes.
It's more about his personality. Like, I've seen his interviews, I've seen the way he speaks. So to me, what I took from him was the example of this Emirati artist that's hitting global hits.
Man, you know, subhanallah, during this interview, you've shown me, like, Guys, by the way, I've had Abdullah Shamsi on the phone about like a year and a half ago or so.
Ooh.
We've connected with him, and it was like on the phone. It was a quick chat. You can actually check it out on SoundCloud.
Yeah, yeah.
It's there. But right now, obviously, on my show right here in the studio, Allah yahmeek. That's all I can say. Seriously, you have an amazing personality, and during this episode, you really showed why, why people really love you, and we got to know you a little bit. I want to hear one more record from you. One more song.
Yeah, we can.
What can you bless me with?
We can have fun with this one. It's one of my favorites as well.
Okay.
Because what I do is I blend two songs with this
mash
one.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I blend a classic song with another classic song.
Okay.
So it works really well. So for the fans of the classic,
Let's go.
here goes. I guess you've wondered where I've been. I testify the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you and I can't let go. Just the two of us.
Yeah.
We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Build them castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. Ooh, we look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. We give the time for those who wait, not for those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I. Just the two of us. Build them castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I.
Yeah. Abdullah, man, this is amazing.
Doing this live. We're having fun.
This is beautiful,
That's
man.
a little mashup
Yeah.
between. I think you know the songs.
Yes.
They both went pretty viral, and I was like, you know what? Let me mash these up because they sound very similar together. They use the same chords or like the same pattern.
Yeah.
And they're both very R&B and soul.
Yeah.
And that's something I want to get into as well because I feel like I have a little bit of soul.
Yeah, big time.
So I'll probably get into more soul music. Very inspired by it. So yeah, that's the mashup.
Love it. A couple more questions. Thank you for that. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
How do you handle your low days? What are the things that you do to handle those days that everyone faces? For example, for me, I want to take the opportunity. The way I handle it is spend definitely time with my family. I have a son. He's autistic. He's my hero. I have a beautiful wife and a best friend. But I also rely a lot on my faith and God, like a lot.
Absolutely.
That helps me a lot. That's for me.
Yeah.
What do you do when you face these low days?
I'd say faith is very important. That's definitely up there. The second is my family. Again, my mom.
Bless her.
That's everything.
That's the base.
That's the base.
And you said early on that music is some sort of a therapy as well to you.
Yes.
And I love that. During this whole chat for this hour, I noticed a lot of things about you. I noticed the fact that you're very professional at what you do. And this is when I say professional, meaning seriously, the way you're talking, everything that you're saying is incredible. And you know what you want to say. One.
Thank you.
Two, I love the fact, and this is really, I want artists who's listening to this to really focus on what I'm about to say. Having fun.
Oh, yeah.
You have fun.
Yes.
That is an element that is missed in today's society.
Oh, yeah.
The second,
That's so true. That's
Kobe
so
Bryant,
true.
rest in peace, used to say it. Like,
Rest in
the
peace.
second I stop having fun, I'm going to quit. Like, I'm going to retire.
Yep. No, it's fun.
And you have fun.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about it. Do you ever think that you're going to fall out of love with music?
Honestly, there's always a different like several relationships that every artist has with like music or just their art generally. Like there's like painters that every time they paint, they hate the painting immediately. And I used to be one of those artists that every time I sing, I used to hate my voice at some point.
Yeah.
And people tell me like, it's fine, it's amazing, it's beautiful. And I had to get through that phase by having fun, not taking everything so seriously all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes the songs or the things that resonate or the things things that reach out to people. I've been saying the word resonate a lot, I just noticed. But like it's such a good word. This is because like it's true. The things that will really reflect to people sometimes are just fun things.
Facts.
The silly stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes the things that we
Yeah.
all laugh about
Yeah.
and ignore and you would notice there are songs that blow up everywhere that just are just fun. They're genuinely not taken so seriously and makes us remember that not everything is a serious road to take.
Wow.
So nothing will become as big of a mountain could be when you're enjoying every step. It'll feel like it's only been few.
And that's the zubda we say, like
Basically.
in Hijazi. That's the
الاختصار.
yeah, man. And I
The
think
sum.
for you, for somebody who's been in the music, scene industry for like I think a short time, you have so much maturity that's just insane. It's lethal. You have an amazing team.
Absolutely.
You have an amazing team. Shout out to you and the team.
Shout out to Index Media Talent. Woo!
Shout out to them, of course.
Yep.
From now till the end of the year, we can expect an original, obviously, song, at least
Oh
one
yeah,
to come out.
it's not gonna take long.
Okay,
Like
so
let's
that's
say
one.
like a month or two.
Amazing. When that drops, is that like what can we else expect? Can we expect more gigs, for example? Do you have gigs lined up? Do you want to go to different places in the Arab region?
Yes.
What's your plans for this year?
Yes, obviously I hope to get like push to go like Egypt, Saudi Arabia, try to meet like-minded people that are around the GCC and outside the GCC,
Nice.
just to see what I could learn from them and I could explore. So definitely when I release the first song, I'm immediately working on the second one.
Wow.
Immediately, the moment that one is out, I'm gonna be working on the second one, and then the third one, and then we're gonna start exploring because I want to make it consistent. I wanna explore. So these first few songs are gonna be huge, like hugely different, and like terms of genre, like they're very different in moods and feelings and which direction.
And these songs are done, or not yet?
The
first
in terms,
one.
In terms of me,
Yes.
like for me, they're done.
Okay.
They're ready. It's all about two of them need to be recorded in the studio.
Amazing.
But one of them is done. It's
Done.
ready. It's gonna be out soon. and I
Hamas.
Can't
This is exciting.
wait.
Exciting, man. I want to say thank you for being my second guest right here on
Absolutely.
Catch Your Vibe.
Absolutely.
Any last words you'd like to say to Pulse 95 Radio, to your fans, to your family? Go ahead, man.
Thank you so much, Pulse 95, and to everyone that's listening. I appreciate you guys so much. Hope you got to know a little bit more about me. It is a pleasure being here. Honestly, I'm like just being in the same place with you
My brother.
means so much, really. And yeah, to the fans out there, superhumans. If you're listening to this with a big smile, I hope you keep it on.
Yeah.
If you had some sort of a bad day, I hope this puts a smile on your face. Regardless, I'm here to help my community, to help my people. And if I ever had my own power or like my own platform, I'm definitely going to move this forward.
Wow.
And I'm learning that from you.
Wow. I want to end this, but at the same time, I feel like I feel like you're gonna hate me. There's a song that I really love that's dear to me
Yes.
that you sing.
Okay.
It's a song I sing with my son.
Ooh.
And it's "Fly Me to the Moon."
Oh.
Can we hear a little bit of it or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How do we gonna do this?
I think we could do the
a cappella
Yeah, it's
or like
better.
instrumental. Okay,
I think the instrumental. Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing. We
yeah,
pull
yeah,
off
yeah,
that thing.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Let's do it. Oh my God, this
All
one
right.
one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Okay. So for me, it's definitely one of my favorites as well. It's something I sing with my son,
Oh.
and he's autistic, and we feel like the energy. We connect with that record.
Yeah.
I want you to sing a little bit of it, and then we'll say peace and love.
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
people. Great.
Then this one goes to your son. This
Yeah.
one, head up.
Habibi. Ahmed, if you're listening, this is for you.
Let's go, Ahmed.
Okay, let's see. I hope this works as the version. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's see. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Finale.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. And let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Go.
In other words, hold my hand.
Come on.
In other words, baby, kiss me. Oh, and fill my my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. And you are all I long for, all I worship and adore.
Wow.
In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Wow. Abdullah Shamsi, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Pulse 95 Radio. Thank you so much for blessing me with that. Seriously, we're going to end this. Abdullah Shamsi, may Allah bless you.
Perfect ending.
And protect you. Thank you so much for doing that. Seriously, it means a lot to me.
The pleasure's mine.
Guys, definitely follow Pulse 95 Radio. Follow the journey for Abdullah Al Shamsi, NotSoHuman. Shout out to you. Shout out to your team. Catch us next week in 2 more episodes, of course. Every week is going to be 2 episodes every Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. We say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Abdullah, thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you guys so much.
Salam.